What's up, y'all? King Kevin in the building. I am so disgusted and shocked by what happened in Jacksonville on Monday because of the fact that innocent people were shot and killed in a dollar store. But I'm even more disgusted by the fact that the governor, Ron DeSantis, went to the family's press conference they were having in Jacksonville to try to speak to the family after this man know that he pretty much incited or encouraged white supremacists, white extremists, to go ahead and do these violent acts towards black people. Now, what many of you all may not have known is that he originally, the shooter, 21 years old, white dude, obviously crazy, went to Edward Waters University, which is a HBCU. Now, my nephew goes to that school. So when I first heard there's a shooting in Jacksonville, I was like, man, let me tune in. I got family there. He just started. He played football at the cornerback. And they just started the semester. So luckily, some of the students noticed he was kind of out of place or, seemed to be, something wrong with him and he didn't belong there. Obviously, he's not black. Not saying that the school doesn't have any white students because, as you all know, affirmative action is definitely out the window. So there's no more affirmative action. You know what I'm saying? HBCU is no longer going to be predominantly black schools. Everybody's, welcome there, which is cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother subject. But the fact is, luckily those students told security, approached him, and then he left immediately, and then he went to the general dollar store and shot up those three people. And it could have been more deaths. So in a sense, we're lucky that he didn't do the shooting at Edward College because he had an assault rifle, AR-15 plus a handgun. So instead of three people being killed, it could have been 30. It could have been, who knows? Because AR-15, those things can hold, clips can hold, you get a clip can hold 20, you get a clip can hold 50, or a clip can hold 100. You get a drum, hold 100 bullets. So thank God that it did not take place there, so good job by the security on the campus there at EWU. Now, back to Ron DeSantis and this lady, Mr. Kobe, this black lady, as DeSantis was speaking, you know, rightfully so, the people booed him. You know what I'm saying? The crowd booed him, and then she gets up. Mr. Jacoby goes up there and to defend. This is a black lady goes to defend him, and she says, "Oh yeah, how dare we disrespect him? The governor, he's coming here, and if he's coming here to give us gifts or give her gifts, she's gonna accept it." So you always gonna have some coon gonna stand up, you know what I'm saying, for people that are against us. You always gonna have that. You had them through the slave trade days and plantations. You're gonna have them now. Now, what Ron, and I hope he hears this message, and people who think like him, or that white guy who shot up, the Dollar General. When you have this rhetoric, anti-woke, or, you blocking black history from being taught in the schools, and you're fighting, to make sure our history isn't told in schools, you obviously make yourself enemy to the black community. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're just oblivious to the fact of that, or you just senile or stupid or dumb, whatever the case may be. But then you go and try to speak, where the families are grieving, the community is grieving. Jacksonville um, is a very has a very racist history, very racist town, probably one of the most segregated, most racist towns in the South at one point in time, especially in the 60s. They had something called the Axe Handle Saturday. Axe Handle, look it up. Axe Handle Saturday. It happened on August 27th, 1960, where you got about 200 white, racists, most probably KKK. You got to be KKK way they talk and think. I mean, just who has the time or energy to reject the hatred towards another culture? For what? You doing you getting yours, you handling your business, you take care of your family. We doing the same in our community. You know what I mean? It's okay. You may have to get in your community to work. So be it. You know, we American citizens here in America, we have the right to work. We have the right to provide and protect our families. But these guys, women were included as well. They grabbed bats, axe handles, and first it was geared towards the black students at the time who were doing the sittings, you know, at the counters. You know how they're doing the boycotts, the sit-ins, sitting the counter where you couldn't eat, where they had, you know, no colors allowed, or you know what I'm saying, whites only establishment. You know, black folks to eat. Not, you know, we in 2023. You know what I mean? Today is August 29th, 2023, and I couldn't fathom having to walk into a restaurant through the back door. I couldn't. Jesse Owens, who was one of the fastest track stars in history, you know, even after he won the Olympics out there in Berlin, you know, having to deal with Hitler in Germany, as a matter of fact, having to deal with Hitler, racist attitude, who wouldn't even shake his hand after he won the 100-200, completely dismantled, you know, white supremacy when it comes to athletics. You know, just like General Toussaint Louverture of the Haitian Revolution, you know, he debunked that whole thought, that whole mythology and ideology that black folks are lazy, can't think, we're stupid, we're dumb, we like being enslaved, you know. When they won their revolution, you know, that really put white racist white folks on their toes. They were like, oh shit, black people are on the rise. Like, they're fighting, you know, they want their freedom, you know. Like, to some people that was a surprise to them because they're so used to making all this money off the backs and blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. You feel me? So when these people did this axe handle Saturday, they beat down there to death. I don't know how many people died, but you know, hundreds of people were wounded, badly wounded, beat across the head with axe handles. If you all know, axe handles are probably about this long. I mean, you can't really see right here, but axe handles could be what I would say maybe 20 inches, 25 inches, 30 inches. I mean, depending on what type of axe you got. And they literally beat some to death, knocked unconscious. I mean, first it was just geared towards people at the sit-ins in Jacksonville, but then they moved to anybody that was black, anybody, women, children. So people was running. I mean, they ran it and police just stood by, didn't do a damn thing. So that's the racist undertone of Jacksonville. You feel me? Then they got a statue of Andrew Jackson, of how the city got his name. Now, the city of Jacksonville got the name Jacksonville because they named it after one of the most racist leaders of American history. Not only was this guy a tyrant, he was in charge of slaughtering nearly 48,000 Native Americans. God knows how many African Americans. The Trail of Tears, you guys ever heard of Trail of Tears? When they literally forced hundreds of thousands of Native Americans off their lands, you know, for the expansion of America, this great country, land of the free. You know, land of the free, but we're going to enslave millions of black folks. We're going to slaughter, you know what I'm saying, hundreds of thousands of Native Americans. We're going to take away your rights, dehumanize you, keep you in bondage for the rest of your life. Not just you, but your daughters, your sons, your mothers and fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. We're going to work it to the bone until you die, and then we're going to make sure your offspring is going to be enslaved as well. So they named the town after Andrew Jackson. The funny thing is, Andrew Jackson never been to Jacksonville. He barely spent any time in Florida, but they named that. It was just a suggestion. Hey, just name this town after Andrew Jackson. Of course, the racist town in Florida. Let's name it after the biggest racist. Who by the way owned nearly, some say 160, some say 200. He enslaved nearly 200 African Americans, y'all. Enslaved our people. And not only did he was a general in the army, by the way. He was a general in the War of 1812, and was in charge of the Indian Removal Act. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was in charge of some big things, big racist things. So that's why white folks praise this man. I just came from Washington, D.C. Those who don't know, I'm on tour, Black Legacy Tour, just in Washington, D.C., July 21st of this year, about a month ago. And, and I've been in D.C. before then when I went to the anniversary of the Minuteman March. And they got this big statue at that park across the street from Washington, across the White House, that huge statue of Andrew Jackson. They also got a pretty big one of Andrew Jackson over there in Jacksonville. And I seen that too when I went and spoke at the Solution to Black Crime, or what's it called? Solution to Black Crime Conference, something like that. The state attorney hosts this big event every year around Florida, and I was honored to be one of the keynote speakers there. Spoke to in front of hundreds of students there, giving a presentation. But anyway, when I seen that statue, I knew who he was, Andrew Jackson. I'm like, damn, they got this. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, do they know the history of this guy? Of course they know the history of him. That's why they put him up there. You know what I'm saying? So some people, was trying to destroy that statue and the one in front of the White House during the George Floyd protest. But they were unsuccessful. Because guess what? The powers that be made sure that all these statues around the world getting tore down, the one in Gandhi, they have statues of Gandhi, throughout Africa, the King of Belgium statue up there in Congo, King Leopold, his statue that's up there in the Congo, they literally tore that down. They spray painted, tore it down. It's not no longer standing. It's still there. It's just laying on the ground. Which I wish that would have happened with Andrew Jackson's statues, at least one of them. That would have been key. They probably would have put it back up. Some people have suggested to get rid of the name, to change the name of Jacksonville, which I doubt will happen, because you have to change, it will cost hundreds of millions of dollars to do it. And they're probably not going to do it, but I really do think they should. Let me know what you guys think at the bottom of this video. My name is King Kevin Dorval here in Atlanta, Georgia. Please definitely check out my event if you're in Georgia, you know somebody in Atlanta, or the surrounding area. I'm having a big event October 6th, 2023, Friday, October 6th. The Haitian arts and food tasting. All right, so it's art exhibit. We're going to go over culture of Haiti, the food of Haiti, and some history, and also current events, what's going on. So it's a fundraiser to help us in our movement. And as I mentioned with the DC, we're going back to DC this time. We're going to lobby in Capitol Hill. We're going to lobby the congressmen and women, have them sign amendments to make an amendment towards the Farm Bill, which is the reason why and how they're able to dump all that cheap beach rice in Haiti. I've been talking about this for years. I've been on tour for years, raising money. The GoFundMe you find on my website, KevinDorval.com. You go GoFundMe, Stop the War Against Haiti. You'll see it there. And I'm just fighting for justice, man. Anybody who's fighting for justice, anybody who's real, please check out my resume. Look me up, King Kevin Dorval. Check out what I've been doing. Not just somebody talking online or posting on social media. I'm a true soldier. You feel me? I'm going to stand up for my people. And my people is the black community worldwide. You dig? Just like Marcus Garvey believed in UNIAACL, Universal Negro Improvement Association. One love, you know what I'm saying? One God, one aim, one destiny. And we really got to stick to that. And Haiti right now needs our help. And so does our brothers and sisters in Jacksonville. And, this shooting going on all over the place. It's no longer safe anymore, y'all. I really hope you guys are strapping up and protecting yourself, because it's no longer safe like it used to be. Once upon a time, you go to church and feel safe. You go to the grocery store and feel safe. Go to the library. Go to a park